Hello, everybody. It's me, the Wombat. If I should sit closer. Yeah, sit closer so I can see the chat. Got myself a new chair for this. Chair was kind of some really small little chair, and I wanted something more comfortable, something with a drink holder so I could have some water and some other stuff to drink. So I'm gonna have some water. I'm thinking about doing this just on Wednesdays as a regular thing, pretty much. I might do it other days out of the week, but I think just on, as a regular thing on Wednesdays. Wednesdays with the Wombat. Why not? You like the alliteration I threw in there? That's pretty cool. Pretty cool alliteration. It is. Oh, I got one person there. It's probably Mrs. Wombat. Sometimes it seems like she's the only one giving me love. Oh, hey, what's going on? What is happening? I am just here. It's Friday night. Good time to just kind of relax. Play a little bit of guitar. Talk with people. Ask how their week was. So since you're here, how was your week? Good, bad, somewhere in the middle? Glad it's over with. Big plans for the weekend? That's good, drunk. I'm doing all right. My drinking days are way behind me. It used to cause me to get into fights with people. So I usually settle for water, tea, maybe a rock star. That's about it. So you're feeling. I bet you are. I bet you are. Yeah, I just figured I would just kind of chill with the. There we go. Chill with the guitar a little bit. Do some strumming, nothing too serious. Mostly just kind of hang out, see what everybody's doing. It's still pretty early here. It's about 8 o'clock here, and I know other places you're feeling and you're high. I'm high, man. I'm so high. There you go. There you go. 420 friendly. Yep. There you go. Hey, H20, I just saw you in Yaki's. Yaki, why am I calling him Yaki? Wacky, Green Bay Wacky stream. There you go. Yeah, that was a good stream, wasn't it? That was nice. I am a little bit. There we are. That's better. I'm back. So, yep. So, ZZ78 is feeling good. How about H2O? You feeling all right tonight? Just chilling. It's Friday night. Last time I was out here was on Monday. Everything was fine. Now tonight it's like Nat Central, where I'm at. There's all these gnats, but Bruce the Bat will be by pretty soon. Yeah, we got bats where we're at. Come by real soon to chew them all up. Let me turn this a little bit. It's all right like that. It is still daylight where I am here on the West Coast, so Figured might as well take advantage of that while I can. And I decided to get smart tonight. Rather than be out here in the dark, I set up a shop light just out camera. So all I gotta do is go over there, reach over, and turn it on. Rockin' ZZ Top. There you go. Oh man, I honestly don't know any ZZ Top. I'm sorry. I wish I did, but I don't. I'm more of an Iron Maiden kind of guy. But no disrespect to ZZ Top. See, I don't even know it. It's hard to do the gallops on these heavier acoustic strings. That and I'm just way out of practice. But anyways, yeah. Just I already messed it up. Sorry. It's been so long since I played it. It's something like that. I always go the wrong direction. It's something like that. Something like that. Anyways, I'm trying. I'm trying to remember it right now. It's been a while since I've actually thought about how that song went. It's a different AC/DC song, I think. Almost all of them use those same chords. Oh, thanks, Metallica. Let's go. Been a long time since I tried playing that one. It's supposed to be the intro to Fade to Black, and he goes, and it sounds a lot like one. I know, real similar. And then the one part where they have the fast forward goes. Something like that. But it's like, it doesn't really translate too well on the acoustic. It's a lot better on the electric. And then there's always all. I forget how that part goes. I'll mess around with like bits and pieces of songs and never learn the whole entire song. And it's like, if you know anybody who plays guitar, it's usually you fire a couple riffs back and forth, just kind of messing around till you finally find something to kind of play. But it's usually when I get together with somebody, it's usually just throw riffs back and forth, just hanging out, just having fun talking, and just throwing some riffs down and stuff. And they're like, "Oh yeah, this one is like." That's, anyways, I messed that one up too. There's supposed to be whatchamacallit, Megadeth or I play bass more than I play guitar. I'm sure it shows because you suck on guitar, dude. Gotta get just right. Drop that down to D. Yeah, too busy doing other things. I know. I taught myself when I was like about 15, just off and on. I know like chords and what chords fit together as far as theory. Not really, but it's like I kind of know like the related minor and major chords just from like reading before before we had the internet. The internet makes things so much easier, but I just figured out a lot of stuff on my own, just going from there, and then just listening to different things. Hey, Charles, the Big Bird operator. What is going on? Yeah, I'm out here in my yard just playing a little bit of guitar. Figured I'd see, the more the merrier. Everybody's welcome. Yeah. Yeah, Friday. I'm thinking about doing this more for sure, like on a regular Wednesday thing. Call it Wednesday with the Wombat. But other nights throughout the week, I'll probably be doing it too. So I figured, yeah, why not? Everybody else is going live, so figured I might as well. You've got people on one end, a lot of the ladies talking bad about the other ladies, and it's just like I don't even want to mention it. So I figured I might as well come here, kick back in my chair with my guitar and my camera, and just hang out with you guys and say, how's things going? How was work, today, or whatever, how's life treating you, just thought it'd be just, and chill, just as if, we're kicking back, having brews. But as far as I go, I don't drink anymore. So as far as me having brews, the closest I get is brewed tea, maybe some coffee, But hey, I can hang out with people who are drinking. It doesn't bother me. I used to drink a lot as a kid. Stopped when I was about 17. I had some issues, so I was a bad kid. So now I'm trying to be good. Oh, you've been taking a break. Okay, starting up again. Okay, that's cool. It's always cool to take a break, regroup, focus on things. Take some downtime just to kind of relax, take it easy. That's what I'm doing here. Usually, I work full time selling parts for old British bikes. There you go. Whatever you got to do, whatever you got to do, ZZ. But it's like, you know, sell parts, and then when I'm done, I come out here. When I get home, check on the wife, see how she's doing. She's sleeping right now. She hasn't been feeling too good lately, so she's got a lot of health issues. So I just said, okay, I'll come back and check on you later. She encourages me to go live, so rather than being against it, she's like totally for it. So I'm like, okay, I'll go live. I can do that. So sometimes you might see a name, Mrs. Wombat, popping in here. That's the wife. So down the hatchet. Oh, well, it's been a while since I've used this capo. I forget. Let me do something real quick with it. This is really cool. This is called a capo, in case you guys didn't know. And what that does is it makes it so your guitar goes higher in pitch for certain songs, and you don't need to change the tuning. This is a standard capo. So I'm going to put this one right next to it as good as possible. And the black one is what they call a cut capo. This is hollowed out right here for your low E string, your sixth string, and this covers up the fifth, fourth, and third string. So your low E, which is your sixth string, your B, and your high E, which is the second and the first strings, are uncovered. So what this does, it actually automatically tunes the guitar to like E suspended. And if I'm boring you guys, just let me know. Yeah, stuff happens. Things get deleted. Yeah, things happen. So this is like really cool. I really like this thing. Second, there we go. There we go. That's what I was doing now. Oh well. I'll figure out what to do with that another day. It sounds like crap right now. I just readjusted the string. I readjusted the bridge and changed the string around. You know what? I'm embarrassed, and I do this a lot. I was messing around. Remember when I dropped it down to D? I forgot to take it back up. That's... oh, I can't believe I did that. Anyways, it happens. It happens. There we go. That's much better. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay, now, getting back to the cut capo. You put it on second fret. There we go. That's a little better. Here it has like that real, it has like a Beatle-y sound, I guess you could say. And look at no fingers, just that's with the cut capo. We make this really cool suspended chord. Just one finger. Just sounds so nice and full. But what's cool is if I move it higher up the neck and then put my other capo behind it, ooh, you're snaky one, Mr. Wombat. There we go. So it's fun. You can do like some really hard to play chords with like two fingers. This thing makes it really easy, and I'm going blank as to what chords you can do with this, but it's really cool. I've actually gone through a few of these because I'll have one and people go, "Wow, dude, that's cool. Where'd you get it?" And then I'll just, usually hanging out with friends, it's like, "You really think it's that cool?" "Oh yeah, dude, I gotta get one." It's like, here you go. It's like, it's like anything. You hang out with people, you trade stuff back and forth, whether it's guitar picks or capos or other stuff. You do things for people, and people appreciate it. And then you learn little tricks like this. This is a regular capo, goes across all the strings. Well, it's cool. What I like to do, I should say, from time to time, when I get a chance to play, is I will use it backwards, and I'll have it covering. My string's not covering that string too much. What I'll do is I will put it there on. That's not the right fret. That's there we go. All right, get with it, Wombat. Okay, I will put this on the second fret, but leave my low E open. And what that does is it's kind of like tuning this down to drop D, but I don't have to. I can play songs that are similar to drop D, but not have to mess with tuning. If I want to go to standard pitch, I just take the capo off. So it's pretty cool. It's like you can do a real big fat sounding chords like you do with drop D. Get the and the hello, Lady Superfly. But it's like you get that big, nice chordal sound. Yeah, I'm just out here messing around, playing my guitar, waiting for people to show up, waiting for Bruce to come take care of these mosquitoes. Actually, they're gnats. I don't have any mosquitoes out at the moment, which is a good thing because they love to chew me up. But Bruce, in case you guys don't know, is our bat. And he comes out about this time. You look up in the sky, you think you're seeing a drunk pigeon. It's Bruce. He starts flying all over the place, all crazy. It's like, I thought, hey, oh, it's Bruce. Never mind. I thought I was going to have to pull the bird's license. Hey, buddy, no flying while drunk. But it's just Bruce. And Bruce is just Bruce, Bruce is a fruit bat. I've never seen him up close. I always see him kind of as he's stagger flying through the sky. Is that a thing? Stagger flying? He's like all. It's pretty funny to watch him. It's pretty funny, You're loving the transition from the background. Oh, as the skies getting darker. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I would point it over there, but there's like a lot of dead trees and stuff. So you don't want to see that. But you can see the sun setting down and the lights change. And then I got the porch light coming in over this way. That might be enough. I don't know. Like I said, I brought another light out here with me. And I also brought my phone cord. Your first video, they haven't tried to take you off. Oh well, I'm sure you've gotten better. So that's as long as you can improve what you're doing, that's always a good thing. And I'm not sure if it's working. I found one of those little Wi-Fi booster things. I got that out here to hopefully keep the image, the connection rather, going pretty well. Phone's fully charged. I know doing this usually takes it down quite a bit, but I've got my charger cord in case I need it. And going to an extension cord. I'm prepared. I am well prepared. That's Butters. I even brought me stand to put my guitar on. How about that? Mr. D is here. What's up, Mr. D? Breaking in my new folding chair from Walmart. It was like $6. Blue camping folding chair. It's pretty nice. The thing I was sitting on the other day was making my butt go numb after about half an hour, and I was streaming for about 3 hours, and it was fun, but had a dead leg. That wasn't fun. That wasn't too cool. Welcome to the Kickback live stream. That's all we're doing. Just kicking back, playing a little bit of guitar, just asking how everybody's week's been. You know, no complaints. Pull up a chair, grab a beverage, hang out and chat with the wombats. That's what we're doing here. And it's pretty cool. Last week we were talking about old movies and old bands and different things and stuff. And Chris Stapleton, there you go. There you go. It's just, it's just cool to just kind of kick back and chill with all the other things that are going on, Life goes by pretty fast. I'm not going to get all like weepy and stuff, but think about just this week, how fast this week went. Think about what you did last weekend, and now you're on the cusp of this weekend coming up. Think about how fast that time went, looking back in hindsight. Monday morning, Tuesday seems to drag a bit, and then it starts kind of building up steam. But when you look back from where you're at now to what the last week was, it's gone by pretty fast. Sounds dead trees. Stripper. I'm gonna hit some moonshine. Okay, you're at Walmart earlier. Pick up anything cool and exciting. See any interesting people when you're at Walmart? Usually there's some interesting people. Some places have more, shall we say, colorful people at Walmart. Just, I don't know. Some of those pictures I see, they look like they're set up. I really can't see people leaving the house partially dressed like a lot of people are. The Walmart by me, the worst I see is on the weekends when the young moms look like they just rolled out of bed, took their hair, rolled it up, and stuck a pencil in there, still wearing their pajamas. You usually hear them before you see them. They're usually shuffling down the aisles with their slippers still on. Or they're wearing flip-flops and you hear them sticking to the bottom of their feet. Hitting Fruity Pebbles. I know what that is. I know what the Fruity Pebbles are. Surprised you didn't say Girl Scout cookie. I'm up on the 420. I knows about that. Tonight's live stream is brought to you by Sweet Leaf Green Tea, the organic mint and honey. Just kidding. They're not a sponsor. He did some stuff with the steel drivers that you liked. Very cool. Everybody's feeling tonight. I'm just chilling. Everybody's feeling. What am I doing out in the dark? I'm trying to get eaten like I almost did last time I was out here. And actually, I'm just kind of hanging out. I got my guitar over here, just kind of messing around about a bit. Let me do this. Don't want to blind myself, but there. Is that better? I prepared for these things. Oh, don't want to be accused of being a floating head, because that's not good. Quantum was telling me I was a floating head last week, and I went, "Oh yeah, there we go. How's that?" But yeah, just out here, just chilling. Decided it was a nice time to go live stream. Not a whole lot of stuff going on, so I figured might as well. Yep, I am the great Cornolio. I need TP. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that's just one of the lights I use when I do videos in the garage. It's just a shop light is all it is, with an LED bulb I got from Walmart. So I'm just out here just messing around a bit. So I figured, why not? Everybody's just kind of chilling, doing their own thing. And I'm just like looking over that way, watching the sun go down. I don't know what that was. It was like about 5 different songs. But yeah, it's just nice, relaxing Friday evening. Just kind of just something to just kind of kick back, relax, talk about whatever. You know, I have no subject. I'm just here, just live streaming. If someone has a subject, we'll talk about that. If not, you can talk amongst yourself in the chat, and I'll play guitar or whatever. But I'm actually loving this guitar better than I was the other night. Life is better with weed. I did my share of that. Well, trust me, I did my share of that. I know I got a hold of some stuff one time that it was chocolate Thai. And if you know what that is, chocolate Thai. It's real sticky. The buds are real sticky. They looks like melted Hershey chocolate bar. Yeah, I had that stuff. And then I think somebody put something in it, because I was tripping pretty hard. Went to my friend's house. Took me 10 minutes to get there. Took me, I don't even remember how long to get home. Felt like a long time. So came back, laid down on my bed, and it looked like my walls had turned into waterfalls and just like melting and stuff. It was kind of scary, especially when you're about 14 and your walls are melting. I'm like, okay, I'm going to see if I can sleep this off. Yeah, true story. True story. It's poison. What's poison? what I was just playing, or what he's smoking. Probably didn't even remember how to play that song either. There was a cool band that everybody used to like back in the day called Dawkin. Anybody remember Dawkin? They had a song that was like super popular um, called Alone Again. And it was just like, I didn't really like get naked term PCP chat. I don't know. Okay, whatever. I'm like reading the chats. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you're saying, but anyways. Anyways, I forgot how to play it now. Oh, big buildup, big disappointment. Oh well, that's what it is, I guess. At least you guys can't accuse me of playing the same thing because I'm not really playing anything. So. Book of Eli. Okay. What? I was trying to play Dawkins, but I forgot how it went. It's like a weird E chord. It's like E and then. It's like a weird E suspended thing. Yeah, so. Answering how to play. You told me before, I think, and I totally forgot. Karen. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure you told me, but the accordion. Okay, that's cool. I think I already shared my story how I came that close to playing the accordion. Did I share that before? I don't know if I did or not. You guys want to hear the story about how I almost ended up playing the accordion? No? Okay. All right. Every rose has its thorn. You do want to hear the story? You don't want to hear the story? Put a one in the chat if you want to hear my story. Hey, what's up, Red? How you doing? Hopefully you're feeling better today. I know last few times I've seen you in the chats, you haven't been feeling good, headaches and nausea and stuff, but I guess when the baby's right around the corner, I guess that's to be expected. Just stressed out. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff you're going through. I understand. I feel for you. I understand the family dynamics. This is Wombat's family. We're awesome people. Me, I'm better just not saying anything. Yeah. I know. Too many chats. Oh, it's funny. Yeah. That's yeah. I don't even know how to relate to what you went through, Red. I know my mother-in-law got sepsis. I was there at the hospital as everything was shutting down. That was pretty hard to deal with. I found my father-in-law when he passed away. He was in his recliner. I had a brother who was born 3 months premature, had a hole in his heart. And I remember I was about 13 when all that went down. And then after that, my family kind of went. And I got sent to live in Maine for about 2 years. So it's not at all the same thing, Red. I'm not trying to say it's the same thing or anything, but I I get where you're coming from. I feel you. You know, it's like, and Karen, you just lost your brother 3 weeks ago. Sorry about that, but we're here for you. We're definitely here for you, Red, as much as we can be. And so don't think that we don't care, because we are here for you. So, and like I said, if you Jen, she lost her parents, both parents, before she was 30. So she still deals with that, and she's got stuff. So she's always welcome to talk to people, either on Twitter or Facebook or whatever. So yeah, but we are definitely here for you. It's Yeah, it drains you just trying to process everything. And don't let anybody tell you that you have to, like, get over it and move on. It's the best way I can describe what it's like going through grief is kind of like being at the ocean with the waves. Sometimes the waves are a lot bigger than others, and just when you think it's kind of calmed down, here comes a big wave, or you feel the riptide pulling you back. You just when you think you've and they say there's like 5 main stages of grief, and sometimes you'll find yourself going through one. Sometimes you find yourself going through all 5 at the same time, and you're just like, ah. But it's always good to kind of talk about it. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine. And then holidays and stuff are the worst. My in-laws, I was really close to them. My wife's mom's been gone for 25 years. Her dad's been gone 20 years. I still think about him every day, even though it's been that long. And it's just, I'm thankful for the time that I had with him. I'm extremely grateful, but at the same time, I wish there was more time. And you just try to deal with things as they come up, as the best you can. And there's going to be days where it's hard. It's going to be, there's going to be days where you feel like you can't even make it, you can't even breathe, but you'll get through it. Sometimes it's just trying to get it through, minute by minute. Just try to get through as much as you can. Yeah, I know you're. When is your due date, anyways? I think I heard it was like the end of July. Oh, the 17th. My birthday's the 18th. So are you gonna name them after theories, you think? I'm trying to get through it. Yeah. Like I said, just step by step, and don't be afraid to reach out to people. Like I said, that's one of the good things I really like about this community is there are people that are here for you in spite of everything. You already had a name picked out? Oh, that's right. Jackson, I think, like with an X or something. I think that's what it was. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm pretty sure it was like Jackson. It seems like it sticks out. Okay, I was right. Jackson, yeah. I remember it was like JX. Okay, okay, 100. Okay. I don't know that song, dude. If I knew these songs, I would play them for you. Trust me. If I knew these songs, I would definitely be playing whatever you guys want me to play. I know bits and pieces of songs. Um, I do a little bit of my own stuff. But you know, I wish I knew more songs to play. But like I said, I'm just out here trying to keep the gnats out of my eyes. What's really bad is these plugs that I have right here. They're not very big. They're like a 2 gauge, but the gnats love these. They go, you hear them flying in and out, and it's just like it's annoying. It gets so annoying. You're like, yeah, get away from me. Oh, CKY. That's there you go. Hidden events. No, you're fine. You are, I think, 2 hours ahead of me, but that's understandable. You know, it's late where you're at. It's probably getting close to 11. I don't know what time you started your day. You could have started your day pretty early. No need to apologize. Just enjoy your night. Hope you have a good sleep, and tomorrow goes good for you. Whatever you have planned out. It's 9:40. Okay, so it's almost 10. Okay, I was thinking you were three. Yeah, I was thinking you're like 2 hours ahead of me, but so yeah, it's almost midnight where you're at. Yeah, yeah, it's almost 9 o'clock here. Sun's barely going down. Moon's up there. Bruce is around somewhere. I'm seeing less bugs around, so I know he's doing his job. Between Bruce and I'm trying to remember what the owl's name is. My son named the owl. Owlister, I think is what he named it. All right, good night, Karen. Owlister, I think was what he said. So, anyways, and Bruce the bat. So, yeah, it's almost midnight there in Carolina. So, yeah, no shame, no shame. We all have different internal time clocks. I know mine's broken, so I don't know what time to go to sleep or get up. There's times where I just feel like crashing out in the middle of the day, and then there's times where I'll go to bed at like 2 in the morning, and then I'll wake up at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, just be wide awake. I don't, I don't know. It just depends on what has been happening that day. So so that's about it, really. Just chillaxing, playing some guitar. Didn't see if anybody else was live, so I just figured I might as well go live and see who shows up. See what people are up to, what people are doing. And I'm hearing frogs behind me. Not farting. Not those kind of frogs. No, but I'm actually hearing, we've got a bunch of toads in a yard, and I hear them walking, and they start walking through the dead grass, and sometimes it sounds like people are walking behind me, or sometimes the rabbits will be chewing on something, and we have a lot of coyotes where I'm at, and I'm sitting outside. Just pour some A1 steak sauce on myself, or maybe some Gravy Train. Maybe the Coyotes will like that better. Gravy Train, some Chuck Wagon, or something. Yeah, don't. Sometimes I'll see the owls flying over. You don't hear them unless they start screeching. And it was Monday night when I was on here last. I was sitting out here talking to some people, and just right over me here, rah! It's like, wow, that was close. I don't think owls eat wombats. I know they eat rodents and stuff, but I am a marsupial, so that is different. Marsupials are not the same. They're not the same as rodents. A different classification altogether. I'm a good guy. Leave $1 in the gas pump. Oh, there you go. There you go. That's always nice to do, you know. If you can, leave $1 for somebody or whatever. People just like knowing that people care for them, and sometimes it's just the simple things that blow people away. A lot of times, you don't think it's like that big of a deal, and you just go, you do something nice for somebody, and they get blown away because people nowadays, it seems like they're really self-centered, self-absorbed, and just, I don't know. Sometimes you got to stop and just kind of put yourself in somebody else's shoes and try to do what you can to help people out. That's what it's all about. Just messing around with some chord patterns, just stuff that's kind of, relaxing. A friend of mine, he was showing me that thing. It's probably been about 15 years ago. We were talking about different chords and stuff. He goes, "Have you ever done this little trick with this chord right here? It's like an E played high up, but you're letting your two highest strings ring and your bass string ring." And he says, you just do that, and then you move one finger, so you're going. And he said he said to him, it just kind of helps create that feeling as if you're just driving down the road on a long highway in a convertible, the wind blowing through your hair. Everything's cool, everything's fine. Nothing to worry about. You're just kind of going through life. You're going from point A to point B. You know where you're going, but you're not, all the stress is gone. You're just kind of, that is a fun little chord to play. That is, it just has such a cool little vibe to it, It's just kind of cool just to kind of Yeah, a lot of people are afraid to reach out to other people. Sometimes it's actually a fear of rejection is what it is, because everybody, deep down, everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to be accepted, but sometimes people have gone through so much stuff where they've been slammed down so many times and stuff. They're just kind of like they want to give up on people. So, but you never know what other people have gone through until you start talking to them, and then you start seeing a lot of similarities. There's, with a total stranger, I believe there's so many things that we each have in common than we have that are different. We come from different backgrounds and stuff, but we have a lot of stuff, you know, in common. It's part of the human experience, I guess, if you will. But it's. I snuck that chord in, didn't I? Oh well. That is true. You try to get along with everybody that you can. 78, ZZ, whatever you want me to call you. um, yeah, there's people that I've met that have just been a lot of jerks. Okay, that'll be cool. Yeah, once you have your son and get everything straightened out, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. Maybe we'll hang out in a hangout or something, or or whatever. But like ZZ was saying, yeah, you try to get along with everybody. I remember meeting this guy one time, and I just thought he was like, I don't know, he was just like a jerk. I seriously, when I first met him, he was just being like rude and arrogant, and it was in a work situation. I just wanted to punch him in the face. And I'm just like, dude, what is your deal? So I just kind of started to kind of take a step back and kind of observe everything. And the more I did that, the more I got to know the guy. It was like, okay, you could kind of, and the more that you start to hang out with people, they start to open up a little bit to you, and you can kind of see why they were acting the way they were so far back in the past. It's like they're like, and it's like, yeah, it's just like you start talking to them, and it's like, oh, okay, and then you try to be there for them, and then sometimes you're able to be in somebody's life even for just a short time to make a difference, or you might be in their life for many years, decades, a lifetime. You never know. You never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. So you just try to do what you can. Try to be a decent individual. I'm just like out here dropping all this philosophical stuff. Uh, that's what, Red. I know. Hopefully, you're not feeling that from here, but I know what you mean. And sometimes you just gotta understand that people are stupid. A lot of times people are they're just reacting. They're not thinking through the things that they're doing. So they just do certain things for whatever reason. And sometimes you want to keep that door open as much as possible, but there are times where you just got to close the door and be done with people, you know. Like I've shared before, I had to do that with my dad. My dad's been a jerk ever since I was a kid, you know, beating up on me. Even though he was there in the house, he wasn't involved with what I was doing. He'd lock himself in the garage, get high. When he wasn't high, he was beating on me. So you're just like, you know. And then when my son was born, I thought he'd be happy, but he was just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. He's like, okay. So, and then, you know, my wife's had some issues and stuff, you know, it messed with her cognitive ability. She had brain surgery and stuff, and so I don't know, he was talking bad about people who have different health issues and mental illnesses and different things, and I'm just like, dude, you're a dick. I wrote him off. It's just like, you know, you have to. Sometimes you got to, even if it's your own family, sometimes you just gotta shut the door. I know before I got married, this guy tried to give me some wonderful advice. I was 18, Jen was a few months of 17, and he's like, you know, yeah, I've been married and divorced a few times now. He's on his fourth marriage, and right now it's going fine. But he's like, you know what? You guys should probably just live together because you know it's not going to work out. I was like, dude, and I told him straight to his face, point blank, and he did not like this. And I've always been a straight shooter, even with him. I'm just like, you know what? I said, I'm not you. I'm me. I am getting married. If you want to come to the wedding, that's fine. If you don't want to come to the wedding, that's fine too. I'm getting married. I know what I'm doing. And this is going to work. If it doesn't work, it'll be on me. But so, yep. Still married. Mrs. Wombat hung on to me. Poor lady. Feel bad for her. No, just kidding. She's awesome. She's been through a lot. Her family was amazing. Her family was always awesome. I learned to be a good husband and a good father by watching how her dad did stuff, you know, and just seeing how everybody in the family just got along and stuff. And it was just like amazing because I didn't have that. You know, my dad, mom got split up. I was like 4 or 5. I don't remember. Went to live with my dad because he said he needed me, but I think it was just to get out of paying child support more than anything, and just, you know, felt like I was underfoot all the time, and just, you know, things went south a few times. Went to when him and wife number 3 were having some issues. Spent a summer with grandma in West Virginia, and then later they moved to Maine, and then wife number 3 and him were having problems after my brother, the premature kid I told you about, passed away. They were having issues. Both of them thought that I was part of the problem why the kid had issues, other than my stepmom smoking and doing other things and stuff. So I got sent to Maine, and it was nice. It was nice to be away from all these people that were just causing all kinds of grief in my life. And they got their stuff straightened out. I got my stuff straightened out. But I got my stuff straightened out. I came back, and a year after I was back, they got divorced. And, you know, whatever. I lived with my stepmom for almost 2 years, about a year and a half. Year and a half. It was about a year and a half before I turned 18. And then I got married at 19 and moved out and never looked back. I mean, I'm civil to people, but, you know, as far as I'm concerned, my dad is dead to me, you know. That's that's all I can say about that. And sometimes you got to get to those places and just say, you know, not be angry and bitter about the whole thing, but you just shut that door and you move on from there. You know, the only problem is when you allow people to make you bitter, that only affects you. That doesn't affect them. They don't care. They care less. They get on with whatever they're doing. But when you allow yourself to become bitter and angry and just all tense and stuff, that just that just messes with you. Sorry to hear you're having issues there, ZZ. Hopefully you get things worked out. Try to work things out whenever you can. Don't. I'm not saying I just like one day I arbitrarily just decided, okay, my dad's done. I'm just shutting the door. No, I've tried reconciling with that dude. I don't know how many times. Every time I try to reconcile, he just changed the subject, and you're just like, so after a while, you just say, "Peace out, man. I'm done. I'm done with you," and that's what you gotta do, man. That's what you gotta do sometimes, just for your own health. Because people will try to get in your head, try to mess with you and stuff, and it's just like, like I said, I was going through a lot of stuff when I was a kid. I started smoking out about 12, started drinking when I was about 12, no, about 13, just like by myself all the time till I was about 17, trying to get things straightened out as best I could. I'm sorry you feel like it's been in prison for years. I would I would try to get some counseling, and I would spend some time really looking back, ZZ, and just try to figure out where things started to go south in your marriage. Where did you guys kind of drift apart? Because obviously you guys got married. No, no, Red. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with weed. I'm not saying that. I used it to deal with the things that I was dealing with as a kid. I got out of it. I no longer had a need for it. I'm I'm fine. It's funny though, because if I smell somebody that has weed, sometimes I go, oh yeah. I can like smell it like a bloodhound. I can almost tell what type it is. Not quite that good, but pretty close. Pretty close. But yeah, like I was saying, just you know, there's people that are going to try to tear you apart. You don't let them. I'm not that awesome. I've been through a lot of stuff, and I've just learned. I've actually learned a lot by observing other people and learning from their mistakes, and trying not to make the same mistakes that they've done. I see people in certain situations, and I do the math real quick in my head. I go, okay, they're in this situation. Let's see what steps led them to be in that situation. Okay, even as a young dude, I'm like, okay, that guy there, I don't want to be like him. But like things like marriage, you want to kind of stop and kind of think for yourself, what have I done differently to make this marriage? And is it just my perspective why this marriage feels bad, or is my wife having the same feelings? Because you never really know what the other person's thinking unless you ask them. So, and it's just like, you just got to say, hey, how you doing? Are things good? I know for me sometimes it's really hard because my wife has a lot of medical problems. I know people have issues and stuff, but for me, there's that struggle of being the husband and the caregiver and trying to find a balance between those two. When does my wife need me to be a caregiver, and when does my wife need me to be her husband? And you know, it's just trying to find. There's the coyotes trying to find those boundaries, and different things like that, and just try to take it one step at a time. But I mean, 28 years is a long time to be married. it's a long time to be miserable too, but it's a long time to be married. You got a lot of time invested there. I would I would see what you could do, if anything, to try to make things better. Maybe even starting today. You know, I don't know. One quick thing to do is, if she likes something like flowers, get her a bouquet. You're tired. Okay. Your wife's bipolar. I Vinnie Paul passed away. Oh, that sucks. Seems like every time you turn on the news, there's some musician that's passing away from whatever. But I mean, like, having your wife be bipolar, you want to try to get her some help, as well as getting help for yourself. You kind of have to try to think things through and understand that sometimes people don't mean to act the way they're acting, and especially if she's bipolar, she's not really thinking. She might go from one extreme to the other. I'm not sure how far from one range to another it is, but like I said, you just got to take it one step at a time and just really be aware of what's going on, and try to be aware of what you can do to maybe not make the situation so stressful. I know that's a lot to kind of think about, but if you can do that, sometimes that might make it easier for your wife. And also be aware of things that might trigger her, and try, because I know with my wife, sometimes there's things that just like make her go just ballistic or hysterical. So I have to keep an eye and try to prevent her from being exposed to different things that she sees on YouTube and different things. Hi, Fireman. Thanks for coming by. You guys are on there, so I just figured I would just come on here. You're so tired of trying. I get that some days are very frustrating for me. I understand that. But like I said, 28 years is a long time to just toss out the window. It's hard, but like I said, maybe find somebody that you can talk to and just talk through some of the issues. Maybe find ways to cope with it, and just try to help them out as much as they can, but at the same time, help yourself out. Just like I've been saying, sometimes you just got to take things a minute at a time. Sometimes it's not even easy to take things a day at a time. You just kind of have to find blocks of time where things are going good and try to build on those. The days that are and the times that are going bad, you kind of try to do what you can. It's it's hard. Yeah, he was saying he's been married 28 years. Yeah, 28 years. I've been married 33 years. That's that it's gone by really fast, but there's a lot of time that's invested. I As a guy, I'm sorry for ladies that are in the chat, but ZZ, you're gonna have to learn. As a guy, you're always gonna be doing the wrong thing. Always. You just gotta learn. You just gotta learn, dude. It's just like, yeah. You just gotta try to find, what it is and what's expected. I've been around a lot of people who have different issues and bipolar things and stuff, and it's just like it's not fun. It's not. I get that, but if you truly love your wife and truly value those years that you've had together, man, brother, do what you can to make it work. If you're wrong all the time, just I don't know what to tell you, but just sometimes you gotta kind of suck it up. I've got a punching bag in the garage. I've beat up on that thing a few times. Embarrassed to say it, I've smashed a few guitars just out of frustration. Life's hard. You do what you can. If there's, if you feel that the marriage is beyond the point of no return, then sometimes you gotta part ways. But I mean, if you know, not to the extreme of getting, she's got in her hand. Yeah, my stepmom was good at like coming at people with like pots and pans and different things and stuff, and yeah, I got good where I could bob and weave and stuff, and you just you just gotta try to be aware of situations, and and a lot of people, if you stop and really look, you'll start to see things that'll trigger it. You can start to see, like I was going back to the wave analogy of things building up, getting to a crescendo, and you want to stop before it gets that. Yeah, if hitting is not healthy. Like I said, if I was you, I would end it. Hitting is not healthy. Yeah, hitting's never good. Hitting does not solve anything. Neither does self harm or anything like that. Like I said again, if you guys can find somebody to talk to, if she's bipolar, maybe there's some issues with medication. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to be a doctor. I'm just saying that do what you need. Do what you feel is right. You've been there 20 years, so it seems like you want to stay with her. So do what you can to try to get things corrected. All right. Sorry, I've been in. Yeah. Maybe she needs some type of counseling. I don't know. I'm not there. Um, you might want to look back and see if there's any extra stressors that led up to the physical abuse. Was her family abusive? Where you're just trying to put all the different pieces together. Where did what caused her to be abusive? Where did she learn that abuse was a way to solve issues or answer questions or whatever? It's I feel for you, man. I hope you get things straightened out for both you guys. There's no shame in looking into getting some type of professional help. A lot of times people won't. Usually it's an issue of pride, but do what you can. Move this out of the way. I'm on my phone. I keep getting banners across the screen. So yeah, yeah. So, well, like I said, find somebody that you can talk to and try to address some of these issues and, and go from there. I have not heard the L yet. You love her, but you're done. Have you talked to her? Have you told her that you just had it? You're frustrated. Hey, I don't know. That might be something to try to approach delicately, but do what you got to do. You know, a lot of people that I know that have been married a long time, sometimes there's just what seems like to be the one thing that was a breaking point, but a lot of times it was a bunch of little small things that led up and actually built on top of the other things. So, you know, just try to do what you can. You know, I'm not, you know, it's easier for me to sit out here and say all that, but you know, do what you can. Oh, okay. Well, that's huge right there. Um, sucks. I'm really sorry to see that. Has any of them had any type of counseling for that, or it's just like one of those things? It's like we don't want to talk about it because a lot of times for a lot of people when they go through stuff like that, it's just they try to push it down, but it comes out in other ways and stuff, and people can be triggered by little things. I mean, I don't know. You There might be something about you at times that reminds her of her uncle or something. There's a thing that is incredibly real that people don't really think about it. That people think, oh, you're making too much out of it. There's a thing called transference, and basically, it could be something that somebody either likes about you or dislikes about you, and they'll transfer onto somebody else. Okay, she was 10. That's huge. She was 10 when it started. How long did that go on for? I mean, it's all right if you don't want to say, but that's huge. Yeah, 10 when it started. I mean, I hate hearing stories like that, but you can see that right there is a giant issue that I could guarantee that she's still struggling with even after all this time. I don't know how old you guys are. You guys have been married 28 years. I'm guessing you guys are probably late 40s, early 50s. I'm guessing. But I mean, there's people that deal with that stuff. Good night, Red. Have a good night. But there's people that just they internalize that stuff and just let it eat at them and eat at them until they just explode. They just bottle it up until they just overflow. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome anytime. I mean, my DMs on my Twitter are always open. I'm there at Dave the Wombat. Um, I got email. Yo, I got the email. The Wombat says at gmail.com. You know, that's my whole reason for being on these platforms is just to kind of, you know, reach out to other people who are struggling. I don't have all the answers. I've been through a lot of things. I'm a survivor. I, you know, it's like I can relate to a lot of people going through stuff. You know, I've done a lot of, you know, grief counseling and stuff as a volunteer and other things. So I'm just trying to, you know, be there for whoever needs me to be there for them. So, but 2 years, 2 years is even once is way too much. I mean, it's bad enough. It's bad enough when people are messed with by a stranger, but a family member, somebody that you trusted, somebody that you know, it takes it to so many different levels, and being like you said for such a long time, it's just you know she should talk to somebody about that and and deal with it. I don't know if she takes medication for her bipolar. I don't know if she's even been diagnosed as being bipolar. But I mean, I would encourage you to try to get her some type of help, and at the same time try to be extremely understanding. I mean, we don't know what it's like to walk in the shoes of people who've been through these traumatic things. Yeah, yeah, I I get that, but I mean, you could kill him and put his body on display in your yard, or put him in a freezer and spit on him, or whatever, light him on fire, kick him, feed him to the wolves. That's still, no matter what you do to that person, that's not gonna fix what happened to her. You know it. It's good that he's gone. It's good that he's dead. I don't know if she's been to the cemetery where he's been. Yeah, I know. I mean, sometimes for people, if a situation like that, maybe take her to the cemetery. Check with her first. But I mean, maybe something like taking her to the cemetery where he's at and letting her scream at his headstone or spit on his marker or whatever. Maybe that might begin to bring a little bit of relief. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying that it's hard, and I'm sure there's probably issues that she has with her parents being angry because they didn't protect her from what happened. She'll never accept help. You never know. Some people say they won't accept help. A lot of times it's just one little thing leading to something else that leads to something else. It's not like, okay, we're gonna go see somebody and you're gonna spill your guts and stuff, because it takes a long time to build a relationship with somebody and talk to them and whatnot. So, and sometimes that works for people, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they have to work through this in different ways. But she needs to really work through these issues and deal with those issues that she's dealing with. And, as her husband, you need to be understanding that her anger and throwing things is not, even though you're on the receiving end of that, it's not you. You're not the one who's causing those things to happen. And you need to remind her that, hey, I'm not the enemy here, And you're reminder that you guys are on the same team. You guys are working together, trying to make things better, trying to work things out. At least I hope that's what it is. I don't mean to be speaking for you, but hopefully, you can take that away from this, is just to try to do what you can, to try to make things a little better for both you guys. I mean, I don't know if her sister, yeah. So, sometimes you think people are angry at you, and it's just like that. There's times I've come home that I thought Jen was mad about something that I did, and it ended up being something somebody said to somebody else on YouTube, that she was hurt, or somebody said something, and about, you never know what you're walking into. A lot of times, as a guy, you'll be on the receiving end of so many emotions, good emotions, bad emotions, things here, things there, the anger, the crying, the laughing, and it's just like you just gotta kind of try to think on your feet as you go, and you're just like, okay, I think I got this. I'm gonna try to get this. I'm gonna do what I can, but it's just I don't know if her sister would be open to getting help, the both of them together. I don't know if this is something that it, when you have family situations like that, it's so awkward because on one hand you want the person to get the help and the person needs the help, but so many times the family is so embarrassed by having this stigma or this black mark against their family where they're like, oh, we don't want to talk about what happened with Uncle George or Charlie, whatever his name is. No, we don't talk about that. He's dead, he's gone, all that stuff's over and done with. It's he might be gone, but I guarantee you that both your wife and your sister Zizi are reliving it at different levels constantly. I can't stress enough the fact that people need help a lot of times, so maybe sometime in the future she'll be open to getting some type of help. Maybe not, but hopefully you'll think things through a little bit differently and try to diffuse the situation before it gets to DEFCON 5 or whatever. Because if you've been married 28 years, you'll see the signs and you'll know when she's having a good day and when she's having a bad day. And you'll know when there's times where she needs a hug, and there's times where you kind of got to keep a little bit of distance and tread very lightly until the tide changes. I'm sure if you open your eyes and think about it, you go, yeah, that you'll know. I'm sure you've experienced that. I'm sure you'll know, and you go, okay. But again, it's just keeping your eyes open, being aware of what's going on, looking for signs, and because a lot of times when people it sounds like she's got some major post-traumatic stress disorder along with maybe she has that instead of the bipolar, or maybe she has both together. I don't know, but I mean, sometimes people will react certain ways that you think they're going through one thing, but they're going through other stuff. They're trying to they're trying to just kind of maintain. People, when they're going through stuff, they kind of need people to be there to kind of let them know that everything's gonna be okay, that they're gonna get through this. So, anyways, I've been rambling, playing Dr. Phil or whatever for a while. I apologize. Hopefully a little bit of this has helped you. I hope so. So I got 8 thumbs up, 3 people watching. My phone's going beep, 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 beep because I'm getting notifications. I brought my cord out here so I can plug in if I need to. Got my folding chair from Walmart. Got my water. Got my tea. Got my guitar. Got my light. This is actually nice. It was pretty hot today. I live in California. It was about 100 degrees today. And when I first started, it was about 83, 84. Now it feels like it's probably high 60s, low 70s. There's a ever so slight breeze. It's nice now. It's real nice. Uh, so yeah, I just figured come on here, see how everybody's doing, and apparently give advice. So I'm here. You guys have probably seen me on my YouTube channel eating weird stuff from time to time. It's just I started doing other stuff, and people go, "Wow, you should review more stuff because that was funny." So I'm like, "Okay." I just try to find stuff. I'll eat just about anything and give my opinion on it and try to have some fun as I'm doing it. And people seem to like it, and then I go on here and just hang out, just relax, play a little bit of guitar, talk for a bit, respond to the chat. Just I just want this to be just something that just people want to come and hang out and just relax. Hopefully, not be overly bored, but it looks like that might be the case because we're down to two now. But hey, if two people are here, I'm here. Unless Mrs. Wombat needs me for something, and then I'll sign off. But usually, she'll come on here and she'll see that I'm live streaming, and she'll put hearts. See, there she is. She puts hearts in the chats. She's extremely supportive. She's probably been watching the whole time. She acted like she was supposed to be asleep, but she hasn't been feeling too swell lately, and with all her different medical things going on and stuff. Sometimes she'll sleep for a couple hours at a time. Sometimes it's like 15 minutes, and it's just kind of sporadic. And so when it looks like she's sleeping or at least resting, I try to let her sleep because we all need sleep, right? Oh, there's the owl. Told you the owl was coming. Told you the owl always flies around. Fly by night pest control. Got Bruce the bat, Alistair the owl, and all the other assorted creatures that are around. So, anyways, I did announce this on Twitter. I said, "Hey, I'm going live at 8 o'clock." So, some of you guys got the notification. So, everybody else, oh well, I guess they had other things to do. That's fine. But, two people are here. That's cool. I am happy with that. Except I keep losing my pick. What do I do with my pick now? So I always keep extras in my pocket. You're back. No worries. It's all right. I mean, if you have to go at any time, just let me know. I'm just trying to do this. Just trying to do this for everybody, just to have something nice and peaceful and relaxing. And I know people live in different time zones. I'm on the West Coast, so my day isn't as late as a lot of other people's days. So there's no shame. If you gotta go, you gotta go. If you gotta go to the bathroom, you gotta go to the bathroom. Yeah, Mrs. Wombat is awesome. She's put up with me for a very, very long time. Yep. We've been through a lot. I'll have to tell this story sometime about when she sold one of my guitars for $3. She did. It really happened. But I still love her. So, and I've replaced that guitar with quite a few other ones, but we joke about that all the time. So she's like, "Why don't you just stop? Let that go." We laugh about it. It's funny, Stuff like that, you just kind of have to laugh about it, and it's all about growing together as a couple and laughing through stuff and getting through the hard times and doing what you gotta do. Keep meaning to change my thing over to airplane mode, but I don't know if that'll actually let me live stream from my phone if I do that. I don't think it will. So just this thing seems to be working pretty well tonight. I don't know if it's buffering for you guys. From what I've seen, it's playing fine. No bars at the top that says poor connection. So I guess this is the place to live stream. My Wi-Fi is inside the house, just on the other side of the window, probably about 10 feet away from me. So that should be the place where we do stuff, I guess. I guess so. Was it last night? Yeah, last night I lowered the action. My strings were like super, super high. Now they're a lot lower, so it doesn't hurt my fingers as much when I play it. Yeah, life's going pretty good. No matter who you are, life always has a few ups and downs, but just take it as it comes. My face is red. Would you guess I'm Irish with this this complexion? Yep. Put the capo back on. Hello, Lynn Cinnamon. Are you calling yourself Cinnabunny still? Oh, she had the rabbit ears on the other day. Yeah, just some chill, relaxing music. Just it was nice out. Oh, there. Okay, okay. There you go. Cinnabunnies. That's cool. You are the Cinnabunny. Okay. There you go. Very cute. Very cute. Yep. I'm not doing any ASMR tonight. March coming soon. There. Oh, merch. I thought there was like going to be like a big bunny march. The Cinnabunnies are coming to your town. Merch. That's cool. You got merch coming. That is going to be awesome. I'm going to use Teespring like everybody else does. Seems to be the place to go. I know there's other places, but the thing I like about Teespring is there's not any money out of pocket. They have to get a certain amount to make them, but I found that I'm actually my own best customer on Teespring. Yeah, that too. The Bunny March, we're taking over. Yeah, you guys should go to Rabbit Island. I don't know if you've seen that on YouTube. The island in Japan somewhere. Yeah, Teespring's pretty good. You can import your own art there. The text sometimes it's limited on what you can do. There's things that I would have liked to have done a little bit differently with my text, make it kind of arch and do some different things. If you do your art ahead of time with all your lettering and everything, you can take it in there. Oh, Island of Dogs. Actually, if you go on YouTube, type in Rabbit Island. There's an island where people go and they feed rabbits, and there's like hundreds or thousands of these bunnies, and you get your bag of stuff and you shake it, and they just come running, and they almost trample you. There's so many, and there's videos of like people sitting down and the rabbits are climbing all over them and stuff, and it's good times if you like rabbits. If you have a bunny phobia, not so much, but if you love rabbits, yeah, it's called Rabbit Island. It has a different name. I forget what the Japanese name, but it's called Rabbit Island. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. There's like it's supposed to be like a military place. This island was originally, and then I think they brought the rabbits in for meat, which is kind of barbaric. I think it's cool to kill rabbits, but yeah, the rabbits. Yeah, we got a lot of rabbits here too. We have one rabbit that's a fighter. I tell you, this guy's a fighter. I call him Vince, short for Vincent, as in Vincent Van Gogh. Dude's got one ear. Jackrabbit with one ear. But he's pretty good size, so I'm sure he's got a story to tell. Let me tell you about that time I lost my ear. I was going against 5 coyotes. 5, I tell you. But yeah, he's got one ear, and he usually turns it. I see him out in the yard, and I go, "Hey, there's Vince," and he hears you, and he's all. And it's pretty funny when you watch him. They're all. We got a rabbit in the house, Kirby, my wife's rabbit. He's a lop ear, and his ears are always down. But when people are talking, it's like, go up. Hey, Skeet, what's up? Vince the rabbit. Vince the rabbit has stories to tell. I'm sure he'd pull up a chair and be like a Vietnam vet smoking a cigarette. I don't know if rabbits smoke or not. Probably the teeth get in the way or something. You go, there's that time, let me tell you. It's a hot August day in the middle of March. Yeah, it's boxed in. Oh, graphic novel about rabbits. There you go. Yeah, Kirby is Holland Lop. There's actually a video of him on my channel called Goodnight Mr. Kirby. It's about, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds long, where he's in his cage. He's got like a pretty good sized pen, and he has like a little piece of velour blanket or something, and he actually folds it over like a pillow and then flops over on his side and goes to sleep. I've showed people that are, man, that's cute, or that's cool. Did you teach him how to do it? It's like, nah, he does it all the time. So I just decided to videotape him once. So yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, Skeet, I'm just on here, just chatting with whoever comes by. It's drama-free zone. Playing my guitar with my capo. Just jamming on some chords, just chatting with whoever comes by. It's the Friday night chill session. He was here. I don't know if he's still here or not. He might have popped in here to see what was going on, and then that's what a lot of people do. Sometimes they'll go, "Oh, somebody's live." They'll pop in. They go, "Oh, what's going on?" Okay, nothing's going on. Or sometimes they'll hang out for a bit, interact with you for a bit, and then I was like, "Okay, it's all good. It's all good. I ain't got no problem with that." But yeah, I just figured I'd get at the old acoustic, fix the bridge so it's not as buzzy. Got the capo on so I can play a little bit higher up on the neck. Or I can take it off, park it up on the old pig head. Then Kirby, Mrs. Wombat's rabbit. I think he gets better treatment than I do. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. No, he's a good bunny, and he's pretty cool. He loves dried strawberries, and he'll stand up on his hind legs, cross his front paws over for balance, and then you can just hand them to him, pulls them right out of his hand. You saw Rabbit Island. It's amazing. It was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. And there's also, if there's a movie that I saw, like it's real cheesy, called Night of the Lepus, which is like a really cheesy horror movie from the 70s where they make these rabbits look larger than the people they're attacking. It's like faker than fake, but it's just like the rabbits are hopping over these models of houses and stuff. It's just like, okay, whatever. Someone decided to take rabbits and make them scary, but it's like, whatever. Yeah, Lynn, she's famous. She does the ASMR. Yeah, it's goofy stuff. I mean, I love a lot of those old B horror movies that are just like terrible because they're so much fun, because I appreciate the creativity and the originality that goes into it. You're just like, sometimes it's like we were talking about this on Monday when I was streaming, talking about movies that are just the same old, and it's just like a lot of the movies now. It's like, really, how many different Batman movies do we need? I mean, if you like Batman, cool, go see all the movies. But it's just like, oh, hey, they're making another Batman movie. Oh, cool. Hey, Avengers. Hey, they're making another Avengers movie. Oh, okay, cool. It just gets boring. Spider-Man. How many Spider-Man movies have they made? It's just like, and then I'm not trying to knock people, but when we used to have cable, there was a lot of times where Jen would just be flipping the channels and she'd watch, like a lot of people do, one of those movies on the Lifetime network. And they're always the same. It's either the sister, the best friend, or the babysitter that's trying to do away with the wife and become the new mom for the family. And it's just like, it gets confusing because you go, I saw this movie, but the protagonist, that's the villain, the bad person, weren't they like a redhead last time, and now they got blonde hair, and a lot of times they'll use the same actors and but just in different roles to mix it up, and you're just like, I saw this movie, but there's different people in these. There's there's only a handful of plots. There's more than a handful of plots. There's a lot of stories, but it's so many stories can be handled, yeah, different ways. I mean, there's there's so many ways of telling stories. What I like is a good story, and the story slowly unfolds. I don't like stories that bog down a lot of details and take a long time before anything. I've seen some of those movies. Hey, what's going on? But there's a lot of times where you'll be watching a movie and it's just like it seems like it takes like half an hour, 45 minutes before anything happens. But if you have a good story, it starts to set. One of the most important things about a story is the setting. A setting can either make or break a story. And sometimes the setting, you kind of almost have to think of it as being one of the characters in the movie. If it's a critical piece to the story that you're trying to tell, then it kind of has to have a life of its own, and you kind of see things that are happening, and it kind of sets the stage for all the other things that are going on. But so many times people spend too much time looking at this, things that are unrelated to the story, and then when they get to the story, it's like, oh, we've got like only 20 minutes to tell this story. So they spend all this time in the last bits, just like all this stuff happening, just like you don't get time to appreciate the development of the story and the development of the characters is what I'm trying to say. But it's keep hearing things out here. I used to read a lot as a kid. That was one of the good things about being in trouble and grounded all the time is I was always reading. So I'd read just about everything. And some stories you could really appreciate the craft of what they're doing, and other times I'd pick up a book and I'd read the story and I'm going, I've read this before. And this is a bad version of the other story. And I've people don't like me sometimes when we sit down and watch movies. I try to be quiet, but a lot of times I'll go, I've seen this story before and I know what's gonna happen. They're like, dude, no, 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 you don't. I go, I'm not gonna say anything. Well, what's gonna happen? I'll go, well, I'm not sure when, but watch for this. Oh, you seen this before? Not this particular movie, but I'm familiar with the story because it's been recycled. I know what's coming. No, you don't. And it's like, okay. And then when it happens, they're like, you've seen this movie before. You're lying to. It's like, no, you're familiar with the outline that they chose to take from this story and lay it over their story. And it's like, yeah. So, anyways, I'm not trying to say I'm like some great author. I haven't even. I wrote a couple short stories back in like junior high and stuff, but all that stuff got destroyed in the Great Fire or something like that. I don't know. Just moving around a lot, I've lost a lot of things. But you know how many? Yeah, moving does that. You lose so much stuff. It's just crazy. Things get packed away. Things get lost. Boxes get put on the wrong truck. It's just like, or sometimes if you're moving from one place to another and it's smaller, you tend to try to scale down, get rid of all the non-essentials. Or sometimes if you move to a bigger place, you keep everything and then it just kind of gets pushed back till it's forgotten about. So, I just. Yeah, a lot of stuff. It's nice to have a lot of props and stuff for doing things, doing ASMR and whatever. But sometimes you can have too much stuff, it gets clutter. I have somebody gave me a bunch of wigs and stuff that I haven't had a chance to really go through yet. But I'm planning on doing. As soon as I do that, I'll be doing some other stuff, developing characters around certain props and stuff. I want to do some more character sketch kind of stuff than I do. Do some more stuff with the one guy I started doing stuff with. It's probably been about a year ago. Chip. I don't know if you've seen any of the Chip videos. Then this, what's his name? Steve-O. Then there's Ronnie and a couple other ones. I just kind of, it's not really anybody in particular, but it's like I'll get some props and a wig, and then the character will start to develop from some of those things, and just kind of feeling things out as I go. Did you know the Beatles' "Twist and Shout" and "La Bamba" are the same song? Because you got that's kind of my take on the Beatles' "Twist and Shout," and then "La Bamba." Same chords. You didn't know that? You didn't know that? Yeah, they're the same chords. But there's so many songs that are actually use those same G, C, and D. I play them. I play them differently. I mean, I play them like a lot of people play them, but instead of doing like your traditional G chord, sounds like that. Usually, what I'll do is I'll keep these two fingers here, the pinky on the third fret of the E string, the ring finger on the third fret of the B string, and then I'll bring my middle finger on the third fret of the E string, and then my index finger on the second fret of the A string, and play my G chord like that. The only thing I'm adding is my ring finger. I'm picking up that extra D note, which turns it into a G6, but it just sounds okay. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of those songs sound so similar. See, then just, and I've heard songs where people just stay on one chord, just lift a finger like this. Will go. And just kind of, adds a little different dynamics to this. So like I was saying, the G, I just play like that. And then to do a C, it's actually what they call a C add 9. I just move this to the 5th string, this one I had here on the 5th string to the 4th string, and G from G to C. and then I play a D over here, and those fingers are staying down, giving me a D suspended. And it's a D sus4 is what that is. That's a regular D. So you just lift up that pinky to, but your ring finger is still anchored down in that spot. So G, C to D. It's a lot, for me, it's a lot easier to do that rather than moving around and playing a G like this and then a C. That's actually F something. There's a C. To a D. You gotta move. It's just, rather than doing all the extra movements, I just simplify it. It's a lot easier that way. Trust me. It's easier. But I find myself a lot of time playing different keys. Just trying to get a feel for different things. I don't even know what I'm playing. I like playing like parts of chords, partial chords, and different things. probably putting everybody to sleep with my playing. That light's making my eyes look all red. Making my face look red too. I'm not really playing anything too serious, just kind of messing around with some chords. Nice. Open A, add 2. I'm a C major 7th. I'm self-taught, so I'm still figuring out what these chords are. Just big old jangly chord. Be here all night, bouncing back and forth between those chords. But I'll probably be going in pretty soon. I think. Has play the same chords with the capo, just higher up the neck. Sounds even higher up. I don't like how it sounds. Anyways, it's better up here. Don't really like going too much higher than that. I mean, you could, but just. If you want to go that high up, get a ukulele. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Anyways. See my own shadow, afraid of my own shadow. Changing keys now. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. I saw the chat coming up there for a second. I don't. Somebody was saying something. All right, everybody. I am going to call it a night. Have a good weekend. I'll probably see some of you on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere. All right. Have a good night, everybody. I am calling it a night, and I think it's time. It's kind of past time for dinner, but I'll find something for dinner. Oh, people are showing up. I'm all, oh, I'm gone. All right, see you later. So who all is on here tonight? Now that I'm saying goodbye. I see like two people. That goes down to one person, which I'm assuming is Mrs. Wombat. Now it's back up to 3. People popping in, dropping out. It's all good. It's all good. like the sound of that chord right there? Nice big old E suspended chord there. You don't really like that chord? Everybody's gone. Not really. He's like, you're putting me to sleep, man. Thanks, fireman. There, is that better E chord there for you? All right, that's cool. That's cool. Thanks for looking at my channel tonight. That was fun. I know I got to go do some more thumbnails, do some more stuff with the tags and whatnot. So, but yeah, thanks for hanging out and listening to me talk to a couple people on here and ramble. And I've been on YouTube now. If anybody's really that interested, I've been on here kind of officially for about a year and a half. I need help. I need psychiatric help. I need help with my channel. My channel is just like I put in the about. It's just something to kind of entertain the wife. Keep me entertained, give me something to do really, and it's fun. Gives me an opportunity to meet people. Everybody's saying, "Oh, I can't wait till you get 1,000 subs so you can get super chats. You should put your PayPal, and you should do this, you should do that." It's like I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. Somebody goes, "Oh, you're really funny. You should do food reviews." So I'm like, okay. So I try to find snacks and stuff to review, stuff that's pretty accessible so people can see what it's like, give an honest review on that, and mess around with, doing different characters and stuff, just come up with some props and put things together, and just having fun, being creative, trying to be creative. So it's all fun. So as long as I'm having fun and not dragging somebody else through the mud like some other channels do, I'll be all right. Yeah, it's weird because I've picked up quite a fefew subs from the busing thing on Wacky's channel and stuff. Hey, I got you, get me. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, And hopefully it'll turn into talking to them down the road or currently, or even just in the chat, whatever. It's like, but it's weird because for the longest time right now, I'm going between 503 subs to like 525 or somewhere in that neighborhood, and then you'll see it build up, and then it goes down, and then goes up again, and then it's been like that for about, I want to say, about 3 or 4 months. It's like that. I just barely got over that 500 threshold, and now it's like, I'm like, where's everybody going? It's like you'll see it, and then like one day one will be gone, and then two will be gone, and then they come back, and then they're gone, and they're back. It's like, like, okay, people ask me now, how many subs you got? I go, well, not as many as Subway. That's a joke. Yeah. I try to come on Wacky stuff as much as I can. I've got other responsibilities. I work full time. Then I was sharing a little bit how I help my wife out around the house and take care of her and different things and stuff. So between everything going on, I try to get in the streams and stuff and talk to people and make people feel welcome and answer questions that people have on Facebook and different things. Just try to be there for everybody. So, oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm trying. I've been when I first started doing this, I started looking at different things. Um, I know my lighting and sound are probably the two most important things to try to get taken care of than build everything else off that. So I try to make sure that I've got as good a picture as I can. I mean, I can't really help help this, but audio is key, and I've heard that from a lot of people. If they can't, hey, how's it going, Tammy? If they can't hear you, they're not going to want to listen to you. If they can see you, but they can hear you and it sounds decent, maybe. But if they can't hear you, they're gone. If it's too hard for them to hear you, they're gone on to something else. So I try to take care of those two things right off the bat. And I try to do it as much, doing all right. Just getting ready to wind things down. Been on here for about 2.5 hours. So I was just playing my guitar a little bit. Well, attempting to play my guitar. Yeah. Yeah. One of the first videos I did, I decided to be like Casey Neistat, and I got on my skateboard with was it this cam? No, it was an action cam that I had, and I put it on like a Gobi, one of those little mini tripod things, and I'm holding it, and I'm skateboarding. I hadn't been on a skateboard for over 30 years, and I was just got a skateboard, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, this is fun. And then I went one way, and then I got a little too confident, and I came back the other way. And I remember when I went one way, there's a little bit of a rut, and I kind of remember hearing it, but I didn't think anything too much about it. But I came the other way, I picked up a little bit of speed, and I launched off the skateboard. I survived the crash, obviously, but it's funny, and it's like I actually left it up there. It's called, if you get a chance, check it out. It's called Falling Gracefully. So I'm talking about the skateboard. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time, and then I go, oof. So it's like, how did you do that? I go, I literally, seriously fell. So people I've showed that to, it's funny because I'll watch it, and then as soon as I go, ooh, they just cover their mouth and start laughing. Tammy said she saw it. They just go, oh. And then they go, sorry. I go, don't be sorry. It's funny. I was gonna edit that out of it, and then I was just dying as I saw it. I go, no, I'm leaving this in. I don't have that big of an ego. I don't care. Obviously, if I'm out here messing with my guitar outside where there's all these coyotes and owls and stuff that can eat me, it's like, it's fun. I enjoy bringing enjoyment to others, I guess. So it's like in some small way. But yeah, I'll be trying to come to more of the live streams and stuff, and I try to go on hangouts whenever I can, and I know sometimes there's people that I interact with on different chat rooms and stuff, and sometimes they're playing Quiplash, and I'll try to worm my way in there. No, just kidding. I'm always invited to play, Quiplash or some of these other games and stuff. And it's fun just to kind of, hang out, help build up each other's communities and whatnot. So that's that. So anyways, I think I will call it a night. I think I saw Mrs. Wombat leave a message for me earlier that she'd like me to come in and spend some time. Well, I appreciate that. I try to be as positive as I can. it's easy to be negative. I know there's lots of times where I can be extremely negative, and I don't like when I get that way. I try not to bring it across. Even sometimes I do like my food reviews. Sometimes I don't really feel like it. If I'm not really in the mood, I won't do it. And then sometimes I'll do like two or three back to back when I'm feeling a little bit more into it. But yeah, I try to be as positive as I can, but I try to be real at the same time. You know, sound like Dr. Phil again. It's time to get real, real quick. Oh man, I crack myself up, and Mrs. Wombat, I crack her up too. Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I know you are going through a lot of stuff. Other people are. I mean, the stuff I do, I know is just like dumb and goofy, but if it can make you laugh. Yeah, I can do. I'm interested in doing product reviews. Yeah, definitely. If you've seen any of my stuff, I'm just reviewing energy drinks, Oreos, stuff from fast food places. My my most watched video is actually when I did a review of this guy, and I wasn't really planning on doing a review of it. I was actually it was around January, I think, and I was showing it to some people that I knew would be watching. And I said, "This is a decent guitar. This is a Jasmine made by Takamine. I don't know if you know anything about guitars. Um, when I bought this, I think I paid about $90. I know it's come down a little bit on Amazon to about $80. And I was just talking about some of the features and some of the upgrades that I did to it. And I got like I think almost 2,000 views on that. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And then other times when I get a new flavor of Monster, I might get like 3 views for like a week. And then a couple days later, there'll be more views. Or sometimes I'll get like 20 or plus views all within a couple hours. And then it just, so, and I try to be consistent. I try to do average at least one or two things every day, even if, there's just a couple minute videos or something. So I try to be consistent with that. But serious product reviews, I'd be willing to do something like that and be more serious and more thorough and stuff. But for like the food and stuff, people are just kind of, it seems, expected me to be all goofy and stuff. And so I can do goofy, or I can be serious and professional, and whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get the review done. So, and I've got some other stuff to review. Oh, okay. That's cool. I will keep that in mind. Oh, the free pro. Okay, cool. Because I have actually written to some of the energy drink companies and stuff, and some of the snack chips, and they don't. They're like, we're not really looking for any unsolicited, people that want to review our stuff. But I will check that out. Thank you for that information. That is cool. Because I don't. I set up a Patreon, but I'm supporting people. I don't have. I don't know. I feel kind of weird working full time, accepting money through. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I mean, I do have a lot of money going out of pocket to buy the things that I review. So if there's somebody that wants to send me a product to review, that'd be saving me some money. So that'd be totally cool. I could totally do that. So I will look for that video and I will send you the information. I appreciate that. Falling back asleep. All right. Well, you have a good night. Oh, okay. That's good to know, because some of these other things that I have looked into, it says review our product, and they want you to. Oh, they send money to your PayPal. Oh, well, silly me. I was gonna review stuff for free just to get content for my channel. But hey, if they're gonna pay me to review it too, that's even better. Oh, that's even better. And then you buy from their store. Okay, okay, that's cool. Uh, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out the ins and outs. It's all right. I can read. It's fine, and I'm sure you know too. It's funny that when you're reading something. Okay, I know you're okay. A lot of times when you read stuff, you're not actually looking at all, but you're kind of grouping them together. And your mind usually has a way of deciphering what the word is, even if it's misspelled most of the time. Maybe that's just how my mind works. I don't know. But usually, if I